I hold around 10 plus years of experience completely into business intelligence. So I mean, my complete experience was into business intelligence. I've been worked with Cognos, OBAE, and recently associated with Tableau as well. I have been involved in entire implementation of Tableau projects. So I've been worked with Fortune 500 clients like GE, GSK, Hershey's, BASF. So Fortune 500 clients have been worked with. So this is about my technical background. I think I was seeing guys, Ali, Chunlu, George, and Ifran, Kiran, Lakshmi, Mahi. So, I guess you have any BA experience. You are totally new to this business intelligence.
Hey Raj, this is Rajesh. Actually, I am working as an ETL developer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, I am ETL developer.
Okay. Okay. So most of you
Raj, even I am Kiran here. I have ETL tool experiences, but I wanted to go look at the reporting tool as well for holistic BI experience.
Okay. Okay, great. So I guess like most of you guys have some BI experience and not BI experience, ETL and some other technologies. So let us today look into the agenda of the session. Okay, the agenda of the session was, let us concentrate what exactly is a data warehouse and why data warehouse, what are all the different ETL tools we have, and what are all the different business intelligence tools we have, and how Tableau is quite different with other business intelligence tools. Okay, different components of Tableau and the licensing cost, as well as in the business intelligence Tableau, where exactly it is standing. Let us discuss all this stuff today so that you'll get a clarity. So how Tableau is quite different with other reporting tools and ETL, data warehouse, everything. So let us start with what is data warehouse. So data warehouse, before that, warehouse is nothing but a go down. If I store rice in a warehouse, that is called as a rice warehouse. If I store something wheat in a warehouse, that is called as a wheat warehouse. But if I store data in a warehouse, that is called as data warehouse. Okay, so nowadays if you can see, each and every company was maintaining a data warehouse. Each and every company was maintaining a data warehouse. The reason behind this is, if they maintain a data warehouse based on the analysis of historical data, if they can make a decision, so that decision will help them to improve their business. So that was the reason each and every organization, they were implementing this data warehouse. Let me just start up with a simple example which will help you to understand more. Okay, so let us assume that I have started a business in South region. Okay, in South region of a country, I have started a business and the company name was ABC. So here, any business, it has to deal with the products. So here, this organization deals with FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, means daily usage products. Okay, so that is what this FMCG, groceries, all this stuff. So to capture all these data, like if you go for any store and if you purchase some items, they'll just punch on the product, automatically the bill will be generated. So somewhere the data will be holding, so here we were storing our entire data in a database, and the database is Oracle. Okay, in the Oracle is again a database where the data will be stored in the form of tables. Okay, so my business was located in South region. It deals with FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, and the database is Oracle. The business was damn good in the South region. Okay, as a higher management, obviously I'll plan in other regions. Okay, so I have planned my business in North region as well. Okay, if I want to start up a new company in North region, I need to identify the place, I need to make infrastructure done, then it will really take a lot of time to market myself. So rather than starting up a new company, if I can acquire an existing business, okay, so I can start my business from the day one itself, and already there will be a lot of existing customers, and I can improve myself here. So that was the reason. Okay, so instead of starting a new company in the north region, I have acquired a company here in the north region. So this company name is something XYZ. It also deals with FMCG, and this is already an existing business. Okay, so they were using MySQL as their database. MySQL as their database. So now if you can see here, same way I have acquired my business, acquired some other business in the east and west regions. So basically the business was in the south region, the business was improved, started in north region, acquired a company. Same way I have acquired companies in east region and west region. Okay, so east region and west region. Now the entire business was across all the regions. My business was across 4 regions: south, north, east and west regions. So all these regions, the data was storing in the different databases. South data was storing in Oracle, and north region data was storing in MySQL database, and east was in Excel, west was in the Sybase. So now I want to know all the regions, top 10 product sales was good, across the country, or let us say all these regions across a country. Now as a higher management, I just want to know top 10 products sales was good across the country. Across the country means all these 4 regions has to be get included. But if you can see here, all these 4 regions are with the 4 different databases. So now if I want to get data from all these 4 databases, the only one option what I have is I need to integrate into a single database system, or changing into a single database system. Let us say I plan to convert north, east and west region databases into Oracle, so that for all the 4 regions I'll be having a single database. Then I can easily extract my required data. So if I want to do that, changing these 3 other regions into Oracle, I need to purchase software in all these 3 regions. Then I need to recruit resources who are trained in the Oracle, and the entire existing system will be changed in the north, the east and west regions. So time wise it is taking lot of time, and same way if you can see, okay, time and also cost wise it is high, okay, and the existing system was getting changed. So that was the reason what I am doing here is I have an alternate option. I have an alternate option. What is that option is integrating of 4 different databases. Why means for analysis, for decision making. Okay, so what I can do is without disturbing the existing system, okay, all these 4 regions, 4 databases, I'll not disturb the existing system of 4 databases. If I go with the changing into single database, there are drawbacks, and we have an alternate option. Without disturbing the existing system, what I can do is the daily day-to-day transaction will be stored in all these databases, okay, Oracle, Excel, MySQL and Sybase. So what I can do here is I can extract all the data. I can extract the data from these 4 databases. I can extract the data from the 4 databases into an area called transformations. So here I might apply some business logic to make unstructured data into structure. Okay, I'll be using some business logics. So what kind of logics? Let us say in the Oracle database, the customer table. In the customer table, I have customer ID, customer name, customer gender as well. Customer gender, I have male and female. So here I'm using naming conventions as M and F in the Oracle database. In the Excel, I'm using MA and FE. The MySQL, it is male and female, and in the Sybase, it is 0 or 1. So what happens here is the customer, genders was in the different naming conventions. It has been stored in the different databases. So after extracting the entire data into the transformation area, so here I'll be applying a business logic. So what is that logic is, okay, whatever it might be, the customer gender, M or F, 0 or 1, male and female, okay, just convert that into, male and female. Okay, so all the, 4 databases, 4 different naming conventions. Here, in the transformations, it would be converting into male and female, and then after making it to structured, unstructured data to structured, from the transformation to the data warehouse, the entire data would be loaded. Okay, so once if the business logic is applied in the transformations, then the data was loaded into the data warehouse. So in the data warehouse, here I have a single customer table. I don't have no need of 4 tables. Only a single table would be available in the data warehouse. From all the 4 tables, I have extracted the data into the transformation area. There I made it inconsistency to consistency, or unstructured data to structured, then loaded into the data warehouse. So this process is called as extraction, transformation, and loading. Okay, this process is called as ETL process. Okay, so let us say if my business is 10 years old, if my business is 10 years old, okay, so my 10 years of data would be available in the data warehouse. Only these databases, Oracle, Excel, MySQL, Sybase, they are called as OLTP databases. Okay, so they'll be, it is actually, these databases are OLTP databases, online transactional processing databases. And okay, once if the data was loaded into the data warehouse, that data warehouse is nothing but OLAP, online analytical processing. Okay, so with this help of ETL tools, the entire data was loaded into data warehouse. So my business is holding 10 years of data, means that is available in the data warehouse itself. Okay, so these ETL tools, we have lot of tools: Informatica, DataStage, Ab initio, SSIS. So all these are ETL tools. Okay, all these are extraction, transformation, and loading tools. Now, once if the data was into structured, I have the all historical data was in the data warehouse. So finally, what is required for the end user? A report is required. So what he will do with the report? Based on the report, he can analyze his business and he can make a decision on that, which will help them to improve their business. So that was the reason. Now I have my entire data in the data warehouse. Data warehouse is also a database. If I want to extract data from the database or data warehouse, I need SQL, structured query language. So I need SQL, structured query language. Okay, SQL is nothing but structured query language. So to extract data from the data warehouse, okay, I need SQL. But here, if you can see, I have written business intelligence tools. If I want to extract data from the data warehouse, I can also use some tools, so called as BA tools, business intelligence tools. So here the business intelligence tools will write SQL query and extract data from the data warehouse. These BA tools will hit the data, it will write the query and it will extract the data in the form of reports. You can also ask me a question, Raj, you are saying that companies are going with the business intelligence tools. BI tools are really costlier. They can recruit 2 guys who are strong in the Oracle, and customer can ask them to write SQL query and extract the data, and they can use that data. It would be very cheaper. Okay, but even though BI tools are costlier, companies are preferring BA tools only, no manual written queries. Okay, so the reason behind this is, if we go with the business intelligence tools, okay, I can view my data in 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, dashboarding, scorecarding, analytics. So I can view the data in different ways. Okay, and security wise, I have a very better option, and always data plays a vital role. And performance wise, we do modeling in the business intelligence tool. Accurate results and performance wise, it is better. Lot of flexibilities, and we have, if I go with the business intelligence tools, that was the reason, even though business intelligence tools are costlier, companies are really going with the BA tools, not with the manual written queries. Okay, so this is something about ETL, and once if the data was loaded into data warehouse, with the help of business intelligence tools, we'll be extracting the data in the form of reports, which would really help us to improve the business. Now, let us see here, guys. I told you Informatica, DataStage, Ab initio, and SSIS. All these are ETL tools. Coming to the business intelligence tools, we have market leaders here. Okay, so we have Cognos, which is an IBM product. We have a Business Objects, which is an SAP product. We have OBAE, which is an Oracle product. MSBI, Microsoft product. So if you can see, all these are branded companies. All these are branded market leaders. I can say market leaders. If you can see 10 years back, you can see in the market only Cognos and Business Objects were available. Now if you can see, OBAE and MSBI both are available. I mean, last 5 years, you can see OBAE and MSBI are available since last 5 years, and prior to that, you can see Cognos and Business Objects were in the market, 10 years before. So all these are market leaders. But if you can observe one point here, only mid-level to high-level companies are only able to afford this. No small to mid-level companies are able to afford this. Okay, mid-level to high-level companies were only able to afford these tools because they are little bit costlier. Okay, so on low-level to mid-level, even though there is a requirement for them, they were not using this business intelligence tool because cost. Okay, same thing like 15 years back, if I ask someone, having mobiles means 15 years before, very less members were maintaining mobiles 15 years back. Now each and everyone is having a mobile phone. So the reason behind this is cost. Same way, all these are market leaders, and it is little bit costlier. Mid-level to high-level companies are only able to do that, and low to mid-level, even though there is a requirement, they cannot afford and cannot do that. Go with the BI tools. Now, recently, an evolution has been occurred in the market. So what is that evolution is? We have some tools came into the picture. So advanced BI plus VA tools, advanced business intelligence plus a visual analytic tools. So they are Tableau, ClickView, and Spotfire. Okay, these are Tableau, ClickView, and Spotfire. These are advanced BI plus VA tools. Now you can see in the market, these are standing in the top position: Tableau, then ClickView, then Microsoft. I'll also show you the Gartner review. Okay, so let us see about the Tableau now. You got what is ETL tools and what is business intelligence tools. Now let us just give me a brief history on Tableau. Okay, it has been actually started in 2003 by Chris Stolt and Christian Chabat, and now it was actually New York Stock Exchange. It has been listed, public offering listed. So, and you can see they're raising more than $250 million USDs. And also, if you can see, the company's 2013 revenue reached to $232.44 million, and 82% of growth over 2012. If you can see for Tableau, the growth rate, for year to year was more than 80%. It is, drastically increasing the sales. So why? Because there are some special features in the Tableau. So let us see that. And current version is 9 version, which has been recently launched. 8.3 we need to put up in the experience, because 8.3 earlier, since almost all 2 years, we have 8 version. So we are going to work with 8. So now let us see why the sales growth for Tableau was 80, 90 percentage growth, percentage wise it was growth, because Tableau have some special features. Like Tableau is an in-memory tool. Okay, the first advantage when compared to other business intelligence tools, the first advantage was Tableau was an in-memory tool. Okay, so what is this in-memory tool? Let me just show you a let me show you what is this in-memory. You will get a more clarity here. Okay, I think okay, let me draw it here. So Tableau was an in-memory. Let me just tell you one thing here in the Paint. I'll open Paint and I'll explain. So all these business intelligence tools are 3-tier architecture. So all these business intelligence tools are 3-tier architecture. So all these are 3 layer. So what is this 3 layers means? The first one is, web layer, okay, application layer, and data layer. Web means Internet Explorer. Let us say if end user is here, if we run a report, okay, end user run a report, so that in the web it would be moved into the web server. Okay, so this is what web, server. Let us assume that. So we have Tomcat, Apache, IIS, all these are web, and this is what application server. Okay, same way we have database or content store. Okay, database or content store. So you can see I have all these business intelligence tools are 3-tier architecture. I mean, it is a multi-tier for classification purpose. Web, application, and database. So web means Internet Explorer. Okay, so IIS. Let us say end user run a report, from the web. Now automatically that is moved to the, okay, so the entire physical information, if end user run a report here, that would be information is moved to the web server. From web server to the application server, gateway will carry the information. Okay, gateway will carry the information. So what we do in the application server, let us say if it is a Cognos server, if it is OBE server, if it is MSBI server. So what this application server will do is, it will convert the entire physical information to SQL query, because database cannot understand any other language. So this application server has to convert the entire physical information to the SQL query. So it has to convert that into the SQL query. Okay, it will convert that into the SQL query, and that SQL query will be sent back to the database. Okay, so based on the SQL query, it would be again giving data to the application server, application to the web server, and web server to the again finally end user. Okay, so finally end user. So this is how it works in the traditional business intelligence tool. All business intelligence tool, if you take end user run a report, that physical information will be moved to the web server to the application server, gateway will carry the information. So here what happens is, this application server will convert the physical query to SQL query. Then that SQL query will be sent to the database. Based on the SQL query, again it will give to the data application server, web server, finally end user. So this is what happens in the traditional business intelligence tool. So what happens in the Tableau? So what happens in the Tableau means, let us say end user is here. Okay, if we run a report, that also would be moved to the Tableau server. Okay, if end user run a report, that will be moved into the Tableau server. So the same process, whatever we have these 3 layers, web server, application server, database, everything was same. Even here also it is quite same. Okay, but after extracting data into here, okay, the same thing, even here also it is just same like traditional. Only the main difference is, after extracting the data, the entire data would be loaded into the RAM. The data would be loaded into the RAM. Okay, so and let us say end user is here. Okay, so the same process even with the other traditional tools are the same way, the same process, but after extracting the data, the entire data will be loaded into the RAM. From RAM, okay, it is sharing it to the end user. From RAM, it is sharing it to the end user. So the entire data, it will hit the source the same way, web server to application server, database. Again, after extracting the data, the entire data will be loaded into the RAM in Tableau server. Okay, so from the RAM, the data will be sharing it to the end user. Let us say in the traditional, if another user run a same report, it has to follow the same process. But whereas in the Tableau, so it can share from the RAM, n number of users. Yes, all the users can access from the RAM itself. All the users can access the data from the RAM. Even here also it is same process, but only after extracting the data, it will not directly sharing to the end user. It is loading into the RAM. From RAM, it is sharing to the all other users who are accessing the same report. No need to hit again database and extract data like traditional tool. So once if the data is in the RAM, customer can do more visualization. I'll show you everything in the tool which will help or which will make you some sense.
Raj, Kiran here.
Yes, Kiran.
I have one doubt. So this RAM thing you're telling, is it same as Cache or Cube in other BI tools like MicroStrategy and
Perfect, Kiran. Yes, but there was a difference. A very good question. I'll answer your question. Same thing in the OBI, we have also a cache. Okay, so but here there is a difference in the Tableau. Here it is just extracting the data and storing in the RAM. So that advantage here in the Tableau is visualization. So we have a separate query language called VizQL, visualization query language. So let us take, if you take a OBIE, if I have a cache, if another user try to run a report, it will hit the cache and it will extract the data. But in the Tableau, okay, it will hit the RAM, it will extract the data and present in the different formats. Over there, let us take, if you take OBIE, I have a bar chart. First person has been run a report. So it will hit the database, it will extract the data and store in the cache. Second person, if you run it, again it will hit the cache and it will extract and display the same bar chart. But in the Tableau, we have its own query language called VizQL. The data is extracted and stored in the RAM. One user can view it in the bar chart, another one can view the same thing in the line chart. Another can view it in the list report, another can view in the crosstab report.
Okay.
I'll show you that, which will help you to understand more in the tool. Okay. I'll just show you in the tool now. If this is done, I'll just show you. Okay, you'll get more understand. And we'll also discuss about this in-memory tool in detail at the time of traditional architecture versus Tableau architecture. So this is what one of the major advantage is. Tableau is an in-memory tool. And fast performance wise, it is already proven Tableau is very faster. The reason behind here is, so here from application server to the database, I was just connecting and extracting the data. For that, let us say if I have database means I use only one connector. If I have something MDX data, the same connector in the traditional. But here in the Tableau, if I want to connect to a database, I have SQL connector. If I want to connect to MDX data, I have MDX connector. If I want to connect to Hadoop data, I have Fast Data Engine. So I have separate connectors in the Tableau, whereas no any other business intelligence tools are having these, connectors. So that was the reason. Okay, that was the reason. Okay, Tableau was 10 times faster than the traditional business intelligence tool, because in the Tableau we have a separate connectors. Okay, that is a another advantage. And user driven. Okay, what is this user driven is, let us say if I want to develop 4 dashboards in other traditional tools, it might take 1 year of time. I can complete the same reports in less than 6 months itself, because most of them GUI was good in the Tableau. And one more important thing is, let us say in traditional tools I have a bar chart, and if I want to change it to the line chart, customer has to raise a ticket or they need to raise a work order. IT team will take 2 or 3 months and will be converting it to line chart and giving it to the customer. But whereas here in the Tableau, customer can himself convert to whatever chart he wants. So that was the reason Tableau was completely user driven. It is completely user driven. And same way, cost effective. So what is this cost effective? Cost effective means, let us say I have 10 reports. Okay, I need to maintain 10 years. Okay, so if I have 10 reports, I need to maintain 10 years. And let us say I was just using something, any of the BA2, any BA2. So the cost is around $1 lakh. Why the cost is $1 lakh for 10 reports, 10 years means? Example, I'm just taking an example. Because every year I need to renew the license and I need to maintain a support team as well as. So I need to renew the license, I need to maintain the support team as well as. For that, if I go with the Tableau for 10 years, same reports with more visualization would be less than 50% of the cost what I've been invested over there. Less than 50% of the cost for Tableau, if I maintain the same reports. So that was the reason, customers were really impressing with this point. Going forward 10 years, if they maintain the same reports, it is around $1 lakh. But if I go with the Tableau, it would be less than 50% of the cost what I've been invested. So that is really impressing by the customers, and they were converting all the traditional business intelligence reports into advanced BA plus VA tools. So these are all the major advantages which are, where you can see that in the Tableau. In memory, performance wise faster, user driven, and cost effective. Okay, so basically we have Tableau component. This is something about how Tableau was quite different earlier. So now you can see the Tableau components. Let me write down one by one. So the first Tableau component was Tableau Desktop. Tableau Desktop. So what is this Tableau Desktop? So Tableau Desktop, the first point why you use Tableau Desktop is we can do modeling and reporting here. Modeling and reporting, we can do it in the first step. Okay, the Tableau, the main purpose of Tableau Desktop, we have 5 different components. The first one is Tableau Desktop. So Tableau Desktop is mainly used for modeling and reporting, and it supports Windows and Mac operating system, Windows and Mac OS, and it is a window-based tool. Tableau Desktop is a window-based tool, and it is actually 14 days trial. It is 14 days trial. Okay, it is 14 days trial. So it is mainly used for modeling and reporting. It supports Windows and Mac operating systems. It is a window-based tool, and it is actually a 14 days trial. And coming to the license wise of Tableau Desktop, we have 2 types: personal, okay, and professional. Personal and professional. So professional means, so personal is $999, $999, and professional is $1,999. So in personal, you cannot connect to a database, you cannot publish it. We have a lot of drawbacks in the Tableau Desktop. We have a lot of, if I go with the personal license, okay. So but professional, everything it supports, everything, like you can connect to the databases, you can, publish it into the web. All the activities you can do with the professional. So this is what Tableau Desktop. And the other most important thing is Tableau Server. Okay, Tableau Server is a web-based application. It is a web-based application, means Internet Explorer. So it is mainly used to share reports and manage users. Share reports and manage users. Okay, also admin activities can be done here. All these can be done in the Tableau Server. So coming to the licenses, it is also a 14 days trial. It is also a 14 days trial. And licensing wise, $1,000 per user. $1,000 per user. At least minimum 10 users need to buy. 10 users has to be buy. So this is something about, Tableau Server. Tableau Server. So Tableau Server was a web-based application which is mainly used to share the reports, manage users, admin activities, and it is also a 14 days trials and $1,000 per user. Minimum 10 users need to purchase. Okay, so this is something Tableau Desktop and Tableau Server. As a part of this course, we'd be covering the entire Tableau Desktop and Tableau Server. Okay, so and finally we have some more components apart from the Tableau Desktop and Server. You can see Tableau Reader is there. It is a free component. Anyone can download and generate a report. Very limited options will be having in the Reader. Public means I can, create a report and I can publish it to the web. Anyone can download that data. So that is what public. Even public is also a free tool, completely free. Reader and public. So very limited options. So companies will not really go with the Reader and public. Same way, we have Tableau Online. Tableau Online means completely cloud data. It's completely a cloud data. Okay, so from the cloud I can generate report and I can show it to the customers. And it is also actually a 14 days license. Okay, but for the development of Tableau, desktop and server or any reports, we use desktop for modeling and reports, server to share the reports. Only these 2 components we use in the real time. So other we will not be going with. Okay, so that is something about components of Tableau. Okay, component of Tableau, and let me show you a Gartner review, guys. Okay, Gartner review. Gartner review on Tableau. Okay, Gartner review was a very big, Gartner is a very big company which has been given, okay, a clear picture on all the business intelligence tools. You can see here it is showing clearly as of February 2015. Okay, as of February 2015, it has been given a clear picture here. You can see the clear picture. Okay, so in the leaders, you can see top position was holding by the Tableau, and the second position, you can see the gap between first and second position. First position was here, and you can see a lot of gap, and you can see here we have a click view as well as. Okay, first position was this, and second position was this. Okay, third, you can see Microsoft is here. Microsoft means MSBI tool, and you can see here Oracle is here. Oracle is OBIE, Oracle Business, and you can see IBM was here. It is a Cognos, and you can see SAP Business Objects. You can see all the market leaders were here. If I say something Tableau was in the top position, all these market leaders will sue my company and me. But still they are calm, means because in this Gartner review they have given clear justification. So why Tableau is in the top position means they have given clear justification. So why ClickView second position? Why Microsoft was? Everything clearly they have given. And not only 2015 February, you can also check February 2014 as well as, and prior reviews, last 3 reviews, if you can see here, Tableau was really in the top position. Not only this review, last 3 reviews, okay, 15, 14, and prior to that. So all the reviews, if you can see, Tableau was really in the top position. You can also go through this, guys. If you have some time, just go through the Gartner review. They have given clear justification why Tableau was in the top position. So all information has been clearly given by them. So this is what something about the Gartner review. And also let me just share you something on the tool which will make you some more understanding. So as I said, Tableau Desktop is a window based tool. Tableau Desktop is a window based tool. So just click on start and you can see Tableau 8.3 is available here. Okay, so if I click on Tableau, you can see, as you know, Tableau is a business intelligence tool. Tableau was a business intelligence tool. So if I click on the a data source, let us use this data source, sample superstore English extract, to create a report. Now you can see here, guys, okay, this is what Tableau Desktop window. Okay, Tableau Desktop window, we'll be detailedly discussing going forward classes, don't worry, each and everything. Let me drag a continent into the rows. Okay, continent into the rows. Now let me drag sales into the text here. Now if I ask you a question, guys, what is the third highest continent based on the sales? What would be your answer? Third highest continent based on the sales.
South America.
Because it will take really some time, right? If I ask you a question, so what is the third highest continent based on the sales? But in the Tableau, now the data extracted from the database and stored in the RAM, right? So here I have an option called show me. Let me just click on the bar chart. The columns are same, but the data representation is different. See, now if I ask you a question, so which continent is having the third, you can straight away say that South America is having that. Okay, this is called as visualization, visual analytics. So I can see the same data in different formats like this. I can view like this, I can view like this, okay, highlight it, I can do like this. So different formats. So how is this possible is the entire data was in the RAM. Okay, so that was the reason, with the help of VGQL, visualization query language, if I hit it here, it will understand the request and it will get the data from the RAM and which would be represented in the different formats. Kiran, was this clear, Kiran? Whereas in the OBE
yes.
other tools, the same report he can fetch it. You got the difference, Kiran?
Yes, Raj, I got it.
Yeah. So in the OBI means I have a cache, but only the same report I can fetch it. But here we have our own query language called visualization query language. So that will hit the RAM, and data can be represented in the different format. So that is what the cache and in memory. So quite different between cache and in memory. Okay. Same way. See, guys, this is a tool, right? You need to learn each and every option. Let me just click on the ABC. See, if I click on ABC, you can see the values on top of the bars. And you have a symbol here, swap. Click it. It is been swapped. If you have sort, click it. If you want to make it descending, click it. More visualization. If I want to see each and every bar in a different color, okay, select a continent, drag and drop it into the color. If I want to size it, select, drag and drop and place it. And we have maps here, wonderful maps, geographical maps. Okay, I can just double click on the maps, you can see. If I want to make it convert into filled, yes, we have more flexibilities. If I want to color it, drag and drop into the color. Okay, more flexibilities. If let us say end user want to filter a data, something like this, continent, I have a sales or bar chart, something. If end user want to filter it, if you click it here, you have an option called show quick filter. So we'll be giving this option to customer. Customer can filter like this, whatever you don't want. Customer can do these activities. So more flexibilities we have. Let me just do something. Yeah, I have something continent. I have sales. Okay, let me drag again one more sales for your understanding purpose. Now I want to see the difference between current to the previous value. So then simply click on sales here, go to the quick table calculation, click on difference. Now this is what you can see the difference here. You can see all the values. So this is a tool, guys. Tool means you no need to write something coding or scripting kind of things. Here you need to understand what is this option, what if I click this option, what is this. Everything detailedly we will be discussing in the going forward classes. So was this clear, guys? Even if I drag an order date here and sales, you can see here year-wise sales. If I click it, quarter-wise sales. If you click it, month-wise sales. If I expand it again, you can see day-wise sales. Drill down and drill up. So even three-dimensional modeling and reporting, here itself you can do it. We have more flexibilities. And Microsoft is planning to acquire this tool. Maybe in this quarter, I think so, it might happen. Was this clear, guys? As a part of this course, guys, as a part of this course, I'll be covering Tableau Desktop, okay, and Tableau Server. And this would be something, a theoretical kind of session. Everything would be practical oriented sessions with scenarios and examples. And we'll be covering data warehousing concepts as well as. Okay. And we'll be doing resume preparation completely. Resume preparation. I'll be guiding you how to prepare a resume, how to put up projects on the domain. Again, do you want to go with the development, support, or maintenance, or enhancement? Everything will be discussing detailedly. I'll be just guiding you guys how to, prepare a resume. Once if you are done with the resume, I'll validate each and every one resume. Okay. So I'll be taking care of the resume preparation as well. And also, I'll be discussing the entire process of the projects. Process of projects with example. Okay, process of projects means we have different projects like development project, enhancement projects, migration support, different projects we have. Each and every project will have different process. So that I'll be helping you out with the documentation as well as, because as a part of your job you need to prepare a lot of documents like functional specs, technical specs. Okay, a lot of documents you need to do that. Okay, so here you can able to, I'll explain you detail about that. And finally, I'll be also giving you some POCs. After explaining some, dashboards, everything, I'll be giving you, some POCs, means a requirement and the data source. You need to prepare that dashboards here, proof of concepts. So all these areas I'll be covering up, guys. And also if you have some database knowledge, that will always help you a lot. Okay, you can go through W3 schools. Okay, if required, I can also help you out some recordings on the database. Okay, so database knowledge, you can go through the W3 schools, or also if required, I can help you out some recordings on the W3 on the database. So if you are strong in all these areas, it is very simple and easy to get a job now on the Tableau. And one more important thing is, okay, in the market there is scarcity for the Tableau. Even the interviewer is also not having more stuff to ask you questions. Okay, and the duration would be around 30 to 35 classes. Duration would be around 30 classes. Okay, so 30 classes might be increased, 1 or 2 classes, but it might not decrease, I guess, mostly. Okay, so was this clear, guys? And I think it's your turn now. You can ask me questions. I can help you out with them.
So we will have Tableau desktop and server. I mean, the desktop download.
Yes.
I mean, install on our desktop, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Correct.
And
I'll help you with the Tableau desktop. 14 days, 8.3 software I'll share you. Okay, you can install it. It is very simple. 2 next and 1 finish button. After 14 days, you need a key. Even I'll help you out with the key. I'll check with the big classes. They'll help you out with a 1-year license key.
oh, 1-year license it's free, right?
Yes.
For the student.
Yes, yes. For students, they are providing 1 year of free license. I'll tell you how to get that license done. If not, even big classes will help you out with the key.
Oh, I see. And then we can access to the server also, right?
Server, no. With that key, you cannot access server. But I'll help you out with for practice for a week on the server. Okay, you have to log into my machine and you need to practice it. Server, if you want.
Oh,
Server cannot be installed in your machines. We'll be providing you a lab on the server.
okay. So when you talk about server, mean the database, right?
Yes, yes, yes. We'll be discussing detailing about this server, Tableau server, how to publish a workbook, how to manage users, how to create users, row-level security. So everything we'll be discussing detailedly even in the server part. And even we'll be providing you a lab on the server because it is really tough to install in your machines and all stuff. So we'll be providing you lab. You can connect to our machines and you can practice it. Desktop you can practice in your machine.
I mean, that is for in the class, but if later on, just like we have 1-year license for the student, and then we want to practice later on because we not immediately use, we still need server to be complete our practice, right? I mean,
yes.
So how can get the server,
No, anytime you can contact with the big classes. If you want to practice, they'll help you out with that server practice.
Okay.
So no worries about that, Lou. I mean, big classes will really help you in that. Okay, any more questions you have, Lou? Technical questions? Was this clear what I have been delivered today?
Yeah, Raj. Is there any feature that doesn't have Tableau when compared with the other BA tools?
So everything I think it is having.
I mean, why I'm asking this question is, see, if you are converting any BobG report to the Tableau report, so you just need to check, right? So
no, I mean most of the features it is available, even the extra. So by simply saying that the Gartner view you can see, because I hold around even experience into the other tools as well, like Cognos, OBI being worked. So when compared to that tools, yes, almost all whatever it supports, everything even Tableau supports.
Okay.
So Raj, Kiran here. In like MSTR and Cognos, there is a cube concept, right? Intelligent cube concept where we get all the data in one place, and out of that cube you can create different reports. So is the RAM here acting as a cube every time?
Yes, correct.
And
See, that is
there is
what I'm showing
any
you now.
special
Year-wise,
need?
quarter-wise, I can create a hierarchy here itself. That is called as a three-dimensional reporting. Okay, so here itself we can do three-dimensional and two-dimensional both. Tableau intelligently, if you drag any date, by default it would be an year, like drill down. And here, because no need of separate data stored in the MDX, because the entire data was in the RAM, in the fly it can calculate it. So that was the reason here itself we do the three-dimensional modeling and reporting, Kiran.
Okay, so there is no requirement of creating something like a cube and then publishing that cube and use that cube for creating reports.
Nothing is required.
Okay. So how does it remain persistent in RAM? Is it like
no? It will not remain persistent once if you close the report. Automatically the data would be washed out from the RAM.
Okay, then when it comes to a scanned report, like as a standard report, which business wants to see on a daily basis, and if every time you close the report, it goes off the RAM, it is like every time it has to regenerate the data into the RAM?
Sorry? No, yes, that is what, correct. So let me just give you a clarity on that again. What happens if the first time if I came today and if I open a report, it will hit the database and it will get the data done. Okay. So once if I close the report, automatically that data will be washed out from the RAM. Let us say 5 users were accessing the same report. From the same RAM, 5 members would be accessing. If one even close it, the data will not be washed out from the RAM. If everyone close the same report, then only it will be washed out from the RAM. So as you said, you have, you want to develop report on the, basically we do always on the OLAP, which will not be, data will not be updated, every minute or sometime like that. Even though if the data is, on the OLTP, if you are doing reporting on the OLTP, transactional data, you have an option called for end user refresh data. If you click on that, automatically it will refresh. Or you can also make it schedule, but every 5 minutes it will automatically refresh.
Refresh the RAM?
Yes, it hit the database and the latest data will be populated to RAM.
Okay, no, and the only concern I'm saying here is, if it is a daily batch and then publishing of the cube on a daily basis, and every time a new user comes, he just hits the cube and get the report out of it, and it doesn't have to be a database activity. Only if it goes to a detail level, whichever data is not available in cube, it will hit the database. But till then, it will hit the cube only, and there won't be any database activity. But in this,
here also the same thing, right? Even if you open a report, it hits the database, it will extract the data and it will be stored. By end of the day, if I close the report, tomorrow if I open it, again it will hit the database and it will get the data. Whatever data is available in the database, that only will be populated.
Yeah, but if you close the report, it will go out of the RAM, right?
Yes, it will go out of the RAM. True. Again, if I open it, again it will hit the database and it will extract the data. How the traditional report do will the same thing.
Okay.
Raj? Hello, Raj?
Yes. Bolo, yeah.
Given that this is dynamic reporting, does it not then mean that the RAM limitation will also impose a limitation on the amount of data that you can process? Because we're talking about big data here. That means that you have to contain.
Your voice is low and it is not clear. Could you please speak a little bit louder, or you can also ping me?
Okay, I was trying to say, is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes, I was trying to say that given that the RAM is dynamic, meaning that it's volatile, or when and there's a limitation of RAM on the server, does it not mean that in a situation where we have big data, you have a limitation of how much data you can store in the RAM at any point in time. When the data gets too large, how do you cope with that situation?
Sure, a good question. I think Bolo, you are asking is limitation of the RAM. Nowadays, if you can see, HP has been released 4 terabyte of RAM. Okay, and also we go with the cluster mode. So what is this cluster mode? Adding multiple machines. Like let us say if one computer RAM is full, automatically it will use the other computer RAM. Automatically it will take the other computer RAM. So that is how.
So how do you know that you have sufficient RAM to do your processing? What happens if the RAM becomes insufficient? Well,
Yes.
What kind of perception do you have in terms of your report?
Yeah, yes. We understand, we try to understand the complete total data and how many reports, how many number of users. So based on that, we have to, design this RAM capacity. Like let us say I have huge amount of data, then I go with the multiple machines as well as like 2 or 3 machines also, the cluster mode. So it completely depends on the data as well as number of users accessing. Okay, so maybe the loads also, they'll be having an idea every day how much of data, new data will be loading, or whether they were restricted to last 2 years data for analysis. So sometimes if the data was huge, last 10 years means we'll be pulling only last 2 years of data, or we'll be pulling only the summarized data sometimes if the data was huge. Again, we have to estimate each and everything based on the data size, whether detail or summary. Okay, how much if they pulled it into the RAM, everything will be estimating it. But we go with the clustering mode. One server is full, automatically it will take another server RAM, like distributed environment.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the last question I have is that this is my last question.
Yes.
It doesn't seem. Do you need 30 days to run this program? Because it doesn't look like a very massive cost content to me. From what I'm seeing, it looks even like half of Cognos. It doesn't look like it's even up to half of Cognos in terms of cost content and materials to learn. Is there any program that can shorten it to 2 weeks, for example?
No. Here we don't have any kind of programming or something. It's completely visualization. So most of them, you have options, but if required, we have to write the customized functions and all this stuff.
No. What I'm saying is in terms of the duration of the program, that 30 days is a lot. Do you have any schedule where it can be done within 2 weeks, for instance?
Yeah. Yes. I have a very clear syllabus content. I think Raidu has been shared to you. Yes. It is very detailed, information I have. Tableau training content I have, which I'll ask him to share you. Okay. So detail you can see here the complete program. I'll just wrap it fastly. Okay, detail it was there, class to class. So one would be what, everything detailed program information would be, with in detail, like with the screenshots, each and every topic, like, introduction and getting started. So all the terminologies, best practicing in connecting to data, working with measures and dimensions. So same way we have different topics. Okay, working with actions and filters in worksheets. So again, working with maps, WMS server, geocoding. So we have a detailed information, class by class. And Raidu will share you.
Thank you so much.
And I also have a soft copy as well as. Okay, so detailed information, you can see it over there. I mean, the topic wise, screenshots wise, I have the material. Will be also helping, sharing you that. Was this clear, Bol?
Oh, very, very clear. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. So Ali and Sardar, you have any questions? Lou, was this clear? Greg, Kiran, Lakshmi, Mahi, Venkatesh?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So today what we have done is we have done just something theoretical stuff. You can contact big classes or Raidu, and you can also attend a technical class which will help you more to understand how my teaching and everything you can understand.